difficult. I mean, we came down and all the boys will have aspirations to play at the highest level we can. So we came down saying, let's push for top 3, and then we can talk about the business end of the season, around about now. And unfortunately, we've been inconsistent. I think we've lost something like 10 games by less than 7 points. So we've just not been able to get over the final hurdle and been inconsistent with it, which has been a shame. Like I said, we came down hoping to bounce straight back up, but not to be at the moment. Well, rugby's it's a game of small margins. 1 week it might be a set piece or a couple errors or whatever it is. It's always just been small margins, but it's a really good group of guys, quite young as well. And I think as you get older, I mean I'm not the oldest, but at 28, you see some of the young lads coming through, and that with a bit more experience, we might turn those small margins in our favour. I was made captain not at the beginning of the season, and that's been an adjustment. I've found the switch from the Championship to the National League interesting. I actually played for Richmond about 10 years ago when we last got promoted to National 1. From National 1 to the Championship. So it was a learning curve to come back down, but it was also, I've been here before. And then for me personally, it's been going okay. I just try and keep my head down and focus on the job.
I think physically, the athletes are probably a little bit bigger in the Championship. You've probably got a few more fast twitch athletes in the backs. But in the main, it's a high quality. I think this is a higher quality than the last time we were in the National League, which was 2020, the season we went back up, and it's definitely a lot higher standard than in 2016 when we first went up. So I think it's probably a sign of the times really that this is a really high quality league, and there's a lot of good quality rugby players floating about in the National League. Sale at home was good. I think we were, Sale were a good team, and we were pretty dominant that day and won pretty well. We beat Plymouth at home, which was a good performance, and Park away and Blackheath at home, local rivals are always big ones, and they were really competitive, tough games. So, we've won some good ones, but we've probably lost some ones that we think we should have won along the way, which is probably par for the course for a season. Look, we want to finish as high as we can, playing high-level rugby, competitive, but without breaking the bank and doing it within the resources we've got and keeping the ethics of the club. And this is a club with huge history and profile, and there's a privilege for me and the players to be around this place, and you see the history around it, you see it in this room. So we want to finish high, and we want to push for the Championship, but at the end of the day, we're going to do that on our own terms, and the RFU, it's unclear about where they're going to go with stuff in terms of what the Prem and Prem 2 or Champ are going to look like, and what the requirements to be in that league are going to be. And I just think it's a huge opportunity for semi-pro, part-time players to forge careers out now and play high-level rugby. And the opportunity may be a bit less than it was in the pro game. There's going to be less guys, and I think there are probably going to be guys that are going to get cut earlier. So that's our market now, to provide high-level rugby with people that want jobs or further education, and push those guys through the leagues. I think you've got to run your own race and not get too tied up in, you've got to decide what you want to be and what you should be and where you think you need to be. And waiting around for a governing body, that's no criticism to the RFU about what it's going to look like or the criteria to be in, or the big question is how much money you're going to get to be in that league, isn't it really? Because clearly you have to put more things in place to operate at a higher level, and we don't know some of those things, and I think that for us we know that what we want to be and where we want to go and how we're going to do it, and that's by providing good opportunity for players to have jobs, work in London and around, and play at a really high level of rugby with a good programme, with good coaching, good support, good S&C, good medical provision, in a real clubhouse with players that spend time with each other and tour with each other at the end of the season, because it's important. We've got to put a marker down for next year now and show that we can mix it with the teams at the top, which we know we can do, and we need to be a bit more consistent. So 4 consistent performances, whether they're wins or losses, but playing well and doing our stuff would be a good springboard for next season. And we're going to be actively recruiting and improving our squad, and we're on with that now. So we think we're in a good place, and we're going to be in a better place next year.